What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle, where it appears as though we might be on the opposite end of our shitty season. Why is our sanity going down right now? Because it's hot? Oh, because it's evening. Okay. I was trying to figure out why our sanity was falling off. We're having issues right now. It has been a rough day. It has been a rough day for Willow. She's had problems. She's been lighting things on fire. She's destroyed our base like 3 times now. It's bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. But it could be a lot better. We're starting to get seeds back, though, from some of the birds, which is really, really great. I wasn't expecting... The season should be up in a couple of days. That would be my most ardent hope, anyways. I gotta get some stuff planted. We're gonna start chopping some trees for the next couple of days. See if maybe we can mash out some of these other little things that we need to get done. It's unfortunate what happened in the previous episode. If you hadn't watched, Willow has a mechanic where she lights things on fire when she gets stressed. And she hadn't done it in our base, and so I assumed that we were safe. Turns out she lights wooden things on fire, and so when I walk past my chests, she's been lighting them on fire every single time, and so it's been iffy. I'm gonna make some meatballs real fast, because I think that's a good way to spend my time here. The meat's starting to spoil, but you should be able to get a little bit more time out of it if you just throw it in there and get it ready to cook. We captured a parrot in the previous episode, which is going to die soon. And so I'm thinking that a Pirata Hatatatator is probably the next thing we want to go in on. We need some boards to do that. Oh, no! Reginald Vell Johnson. What a fiery color. So he doesn't count? Aw, man. Well, that's disappointing. How come he doesn't count, though? That's a little bit of a downer. I was hoping he would count. I could have cooked those. I thought about it as I was doing it, but too late now. Inside this chest, we already filled that up. This one's pretty much filled up. Let me get the gears out real quick. Put in some sand. We'll put in some snake skin. And with the gears out, I should be able to make... Gotta get my stones before nightfall. I left some stones laying over here. I grabbed the 2 stone, and then we'll grab a couple of gold. And so basically he just like talks shit in there. Does he do anything else? Or does he just sit inside your inventory and insult me the entire day? It's fine because I'm not so good at reading, so half the time it's gone off screen before I notice it, but not going to bother me that much. Where did my gold go? Did I use it all up? I thought I had like fat stacks of gold. Does gold blow away? Ooh, we need those seeds really badly too. Trying to stay on top of the seed supply now that we're back in the season where birds are coming around. I guess I'll rebait this trap over here then, and that is not to say that I'm going to put it on discount and give you like a check back if you buy my trap. I'm just going to put bait on it. So there it is. I don't know what happened to my gold. Huh. I thought I had like fat stacks of gold over here. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's cool, like maybe I used it on the machete? Or maybe it's laying behind something. I don't see it. Well, we might have to convert some of them coins over then. Where are them coins at? It's cool. We just got to get something done here. We got to make some kind of progress in between here and the next episode. Otherwise, not going to feel good about myself. We'll just make some gold nuggets now. And now that I got my gold nuggets, I don't want the rainometer. I wanted the ice chest. There we go. That'll do it. And we'll put that right here next to our house so that while we're chilling, it looks like the weather's good enough now to where we can regain sanity at night. So I'm probably just going to camp it out. I do wish the days were a little bit longer so that I could get some things done. But much aside from that, in the apparel menu, we also have the flower shirt, which should be a floral shirt. I need... Ow. So I need a little bit more web, I need some papellis, and then I've got enough flowers, but the flowers are probably going to go bad before I can make this happen. So, let's go ahead and use them as a fire source to get some sanity back while we wait out the night. Everything else is looking okay, though. I'm a little bit disappointed by the way things went in the last episode. I'm disappointed with myself, I'm disappointed with the way it played out, I just don't feel good about it. Think that could have been avoided had I been a little bit smarter. What happens when you cook them? You just get a cooked morsel, that's it. I bet that was a waste somehow. I bet he's useful for something. I just don't know what for yet. Got electrical doodads over here. I was going to need those for the ice fling-o-matic, which unfortunately we don't have right now. Is there a reason why this is not working? Oh, it needs fuel. Okay, I didn't realize I needed to fuel it. I suppose I can get my ice from here now. I don't know how long that queues up time for, but that'll have to do for right now. I need to get an axe going, and today is just going to be a whole bunch of wood chop. And we're going to take down all these trees over here, and hopefully that's going to work out for us. That's normal ice too, right? That's not like the crappy ice. Good. Let that pile up for a minute over there. I'm sure it's not going to go that bad. I don't know. I'll cross the stacks if I have to. I'm going to let all of these eggs rot. Oh, and we got ourselves a Boyd over here. A Boyd, boss. And that's the bird that we needed. So we've got a parrot. Now that we've got a parrot, that puts us in a much better position than we were previously. I'll put that right there. Let's grab a little bit of ice. Just trying to keep my eye on the prize for right now. Sometimes it can be very difficult in this game to figure out if you're working in the proper direction or if things are going your way. I can tell you emphatically that it's very, very difficult to sort out sometimes what your priorities should be. And I'm at the point in the game right now where I tend to just play it by ear. I don't really have like a huge plan at the moment. I kind of just do it as it comes along. If we pick up bananas or anything else... Here, let me take these. I'm going to rebait that. That looks good. Got bananas right there, but I don't have inventory space for them. I think the smartest plan would be to take these and directly convert them into planks since we're already here. That'll give us enough for another chest, which will go out this way. Is that thing still not working? Man, you gotta stoke that thing, don't you? Jesus. Alright, well, we'll work on it. It'll be okay. I gotta get a feel for all the random objects that we're playing around with right now. Go ahead, and I'm actually gonna drop off a lot of the little things that I don't need to use right now inside of here. Clustered inventories bother me. I hate video games where your inventory is always clustered, and so I try to stay away from it because it's a source of frustration for me. I don't like it when my inventory is like cluttered and I'm constantly like full and I don't know what to work on and I'm kind of bummed out about it. I like to keep myself a little bit cleaner than that. What are those 16 rots from? I'm hoping flowers or something. I'm going to chop these trees first. Tonight we're going to work on the Pirata Hatatatator. There's another parrot right there that we've caught. Probably just leave the trap over there. It's not that important for right now. I may just use him for food. We need to make a drying rack so that we can start getting down with like beef jerky, which is really, really good. Oh shit, we got snakes. Alright, what can I hit a snake with? Do I not have my... I don't think I have a spear anymore. There we go. Oh, look at that. The gold machete hurts him more. Cool. I'll take it. Not my favorite revelation that I've had to make, but it'll work for right now. I'm actually going to work through the dusk. This axe is about to go, but we got to be productive with regards to our time for right now. And if we are not, it's not going to work out for us, especially since the evenings are so damn long right now. There's no monkeys around, so I can leave stuff on the ground. I don't got to worry about pilfering little apes running. So I posted on Twitter that I was like, I dislike primates strongly. And somebody was like, what do you have against monkeys? Like, they thought that, like, anthropologically I was talking about primates. No, I wasn't talking about real-life monkeys. I'm talking about monkeys in this game. The ones that make me crazy and make me want to die over and over. I would rather die than deal with monkeys. God, it's such a first-world terrible thing to say. I would rather die than deal with these digital monkeys who hound me and bother me so much. Little melodramatic. Little melodramatic. When I was a kid, I thought mellow was at the beginning of dramatic, and so I thought that when you were being dramatic, you also had to be mellow about it. You're like melodramatic. Although it's difficult to be dramatic and mellow simultaneously. Those two kind of like cancel each other out. Like the mellow people I know are definitely not dramatic. We're going to lose a little bit of sanity here, but I think it'll be alright. I'm going to try and use some of this wood to farm up from our ice. We got to get the ice fling-o-matic going. That's more apparent than ever to me right now that needs to be handled. Huh, it restores its HP if it grows mid-chop. These are little things about this game that I'd never noticed, like little metagame things. We also need to dig all these stumps next, but that's cool. I think we should have enough time to get all these trees down before the day passes, I hope. Oh, it queued my actions up. It queued my actions up. This is actually working out pretty well because I need monster meats anyways. So I'm not even that mad about it. Not even that mad about it. Got a little bit of time left. I would love to use up all these axes. It depends how much I'm going to get caught fighting snakes, though. There we go. Little bit more something for me. Do we even have the snake oil in this playthrough? I don't know. Previous episode was such a meltdown. I feel so guilty about it. This is the weird thing about playing video games on the internet. Because it's like my job, this is what I do. When I do a bad job, I feel terrible about it. I feel like that guy that left the work site early. I should be like, that guy's a dick. How dare you take off at 3:15, you douche. The rest of us running around in the sun when it's 110 degrees. You're like, alright, I gotta go home. Later. No, like, real excuse or anything like that. It's always something super vague. Like, oh, I got a thing with my family. You know, I gotta go do the thing. Like, what thing? What kind of thing are we talking about? Is this like a formative life experience where if you're not there, I'm gonna feel guilty for having made you a bad father? Or is it like one of those things where you're like gonna sit on the couch with your daughter and watch cartoons while you eat bonbons, you know? Like, which is the one that you're talking about right now? Because we have a job to get done. We have things to work on at the moment. Alright, let's get this bad boy fired back up. How many stacks of wood do I have? Not nearly enough. Alright, well, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Maybe have it go back this way. Get those ices as soon as we get up to, I think, 15. What's how many we needed for the ice fling-o-matic? Didn't really matter none to me. I don't think this needs to be fueled. I think it's, like, good to go so long as you pay attention to it. Got a couple things of seeds over here. I'm going to really, really recommend that we plant crops. We haven't actually had a good crop cycle in a while. We're going to have to leave pretty soon, which has got me the tiniest bit worried. I think being migratory during the volcano season might be our best chance at surviving long term. But if we die again, I'll probably call the series anyways. Just be like, nah, you know. Oh, yeah, the Piratahatator. The Piratahatator. The Piratahatator. I needed... I think it's the first one in the magic menu, actually. I needed 4 planks. I needed the bird, and I needed the pirate hat. I don't think I have the planks right now, so we're gonna have to deal with that tomorrow once we start getting some of our business done. However, don't think I can do anything with this monster meat right now. I'm really leaning towards can't do anything with it. Are my crops grown yet, or is it too hot for crops to grow? Might be too hot for crops to grow. Let me keep this thing. So why does it takes a lot of wood to get that thing going, huh? There's gotta be, I gotta look at the wiki. There's probably a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. In this game, that seems to be the situation more often than not, is there's like a right way for you to fuel things, there's a right way for you to do stuff, and then there's a wrong way for you to do it. How hot is it right now? I feel like the colors are still washed out. I'm gonna have to make a couple of shovels next so we can get all these stumps, and then we'll replant the island. Haven't been messing with any of the trees that are out in the swamp right now. The mandragoras or whatever. A mandragora sounds like an ancient creature that you would fight in like Greek mythology. Like, and so Hercules went forth and fought the mighty mandragora. It sounds either that or it sounds like a place where you would have like business meetings in Greek times. Yeah, babe, I wish I could be home by 5, but I gotta go down to the mandragora. I gotta talk with some of the other senators. I don't know. I always feel like words sound like other things. And that's probably due to a lot of their root words. Oh my god, my foot is healed. I'm so happy right now. You may recall that back in the day, I talked about messing my foot up while I was walking around in the middle of the night trying to go pee. It's better now. And I felt like people would be happy to know that. I've suffered with this foot. Not being able to run is suffering for me. If I can't go on my jogs every day, I just feel weird and lethargic. I don't feel good if I don't run. You know, I'll probably cook that parrot just to get him out of the way real fast. And then I'll keep this parrot. This parrot's a little bit fresher. He's a little bit fresher. Fresher like Fran Drescher. Where my shovel at? Let's start digging up stones. I'm digging up stones. Perfecto. We're going to need another one. Cool. Going to try and be very, very careful about digging things that are like, I don't want to, normally I'm a fan of digging things. Like, I like digging things. Like, I'd be like, I can dig that. You can dig that. We can dig that together. However, I don't want to dig up any of my bamboo plants or whatever, because that means I got to refertilize them, and that fills me with sadness. It makes me feel many negative emotions, and I try not to feel negative emotions in the middle of an episode. I had lots of negative emotions in the middle of the last episode. My emotions were running at an all-time high. I was about to lose my shit. I think I was if she set one more thing on fire, I was gonna lose it. It was all over. It was all over. Go ahead and dig up all of these. It's amazing watching the way that I terraform my own island. Like the way you can just like run around and like change the way things are configured. Oh man, I mistimed that one. That's annoying. There's got to be another stump around here somewhere, right? There we go. Is there any ecological reason to leave a stump in the ground? Like long term, there are stumps that are in people's front yards that were there when I was a kid. And the stump still appears to be like alive. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that dead. Like if the wood feels alright. The wood doesn't feel like it's rotted or dry or anything like that. It feels like, I don't know, living wood, I guess. What happens if I throw a living log in there? It's probably something crazy, right? These streets be crazy. This ice fling-o-matic needs to happen, like, right now. Oh, no, the Pirata Hatatatator is what I was working on next. The ice fling-o-matic I'm definitely putting some work into. But that can wait a little bit. Get that big fire going. And then my magic menu, Pirata Hatatatator. Need to grab... Where's my hat at? Where my hat? Where my hat? Where my hat at? There we go. Perfect. Got the hat. And so here is where the game gets a little bit weird for me. This is definitely the point at which I start to not know what I'm doing anymore. That's actually nice. I'll put it right there. So I assume we have to stand next to this in order to get it to work properly. It looks like we need gems and all kinds of... A meat effigy would be really, really good. Although it requires cooked meat and beard hairs, which I don't think we have. Could go with the pan flute. I think that's the one that makes like the dogs fall asleep or something like that, so you can pick them off one by one. That'd actually be pretty nice to have, considering I don't do well with hound attacks. I tend to fail pretty miserably whenever they come around. The one-man band, no clue what that tends to do. A nightlight. We need nightmare fuel for that one. Nightmare fuel and a lot of gold. We need a shadow manipulator next. So the shadow manipulator is going to require a purple gem. As far as refinements go, we need a blue gem and a red gem. Sometimes you can get a blue gem... Sometimes you can get a blue gem from, I think, the Frost Hounds. But other than that, I can't say. I won't say, and you can't make me. I hope you guys poop seeds more frequently. Like, I hope that your bowel movements are swift, and that they fall straight into my hands that I might gather your mighty seeds. Manure's cool, we'll throw that in there. Snakeskin, yeah, whatever. Probably survive off eggs for a little bit. What happens if I... Let's pick some crops here. I'm not totally sure what's going to come out when I do this. Let's say I put the egg in there. We'll throw the meat in there. We'll throw in some bananas. And we'll throw that in. And we'll see what we get out here. Meanwhile... Try something like that, and we'll just see where it goes. We might get nothing out. We might actually get skunked. It happens on occasion, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm trying, Nerd Castle. At least I'm trying. I have berries up there, too. Okay. So it looks like we got pierogies out of there. And then we also got meatballs. Both of which are satisfying meals for me. Works for moi. What we're going to need to do tomorrow is we need to replant all of our crops. Once the crops have been replanted... I'm sorry, we need to replant all of our trees. Once the trees have been replanted, those will start to grow, and from there we'll probably want to make a foray off-island for a day or two, at bare minimum, to go to another island and think about the possibility, especially the one that we respawn on, the possibility of building a raft over there so we can get back home and gather the things that we need after we outrun the enemy for a little while. Other than that, though, I need to stop standing over here. I need to start standing by the fire. It's my fault what happened the other... Like, every time I get mad, it's my fault. Every time. And so now I try to tell myself that if I screw something up, it's totally 100% my fault. And, like, I should have worked on it a little bit better. Let's add some fuel to this thing. How's the ice doing? We need 15 ice so we can get that started. I don't think that I have the gold that I need. And so I need to... Where's an island? I think this island had lots of gold. We might have to go back over there and see. Actually... Where was our resurrection stone at? Our resurrection stone's right there. I'm going to bring the boat over to here. We're going to grab that raft. I'm going to try and inch them back to shore, I guess. That raft would save me a bunch of work because I could just take it over to here and have it ready to go. I'll think about it. We're out of sticks, too. I need to gather up some sticks. Need some sticks very, very, very badly. Chill out by the fire for right now, though. We're going to have summer very, very soon. I think we're in the in-between season now. Colors should return back to the world. I wish they would remove the washed out thing. The washed out thing doesn't work for me. I actually kind of like how saturated the game is, making it all whitewashed like that. I just don't like things like pastels, things that have a lot of like whites added into them. Alright, so there's the 15 right there. I think I need one more ice, and then we'll be in business. It seems to me like you get one ice per log that you put in there. So essentially it allows you to convert logs into ice. There we go. That's what I like to see. So now we got our 15 ice. That means that we're ready for the ice fling-o-matic. I think we needed gears and gold for it. So we got 2 gold. I don't know if that's enough. It might be. I can't recall how much we needed for the ice fling-o-matic. Oh, we needed electrical doodads. That's what I needed the gold for. So that means I'm going to have to take some of my stone. Let's refine those into blocks. Let's hit the block hard. Oh, where did that ice come from? I feel like I'm a waster right now. Alright, well, it might be worth it to put some of our food in here then. I'm going to eat these meatballs, though, right now before we do anything else. Keep those in there, too. And so I'm going to need to refine... Where are my doodads at? Or are they maybe... Oh, they're in here. Yeah, I don't have enough gold. I need a little bit more gold. So I think we're going to have to make a run to another island. So let's plant our crops real fast. I'm going to put this stuff. I might bring that with me. We'll go ahead and drop that. That's looking fine. Put the ice back in here so it doesn't go bad. The ice box makes it so that things last longer without going rotten. Tends to be a pretty useful piece of equipment to have inside of your base. It will make your life a little bit easier. And it adds quite a bit. I think it like doubles the longevity of most foods, if I remember right. It's sunny again, so we don't got to worry about losing our sanity too quickly. It looks like the days are beginning to extend. That means that the bare minimum, we should have at least 4 or 5 days, I guess, to play around with before shit starts to get super rowdy. I want my wood crop to be alright, so I'm going to try and get these rocking before I do anything else. And once those pine cones are down, we should be in much more solid shape. Still need to chop some more trees, which is really unfortunate. I just cannot keep wood in stock right now. I cannot keep wood in stock. It'll be cool. It's just one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So I need to keep the wood with me. I definitely don't need the vines, but I need that to go over there. Okay, back to sea we go. What happened to my boat repair kit? Is that all used up? Do I not have one of those anymore? I'm thinking I must have used up my boat repair kit. It's a downer, considering I think our boats are falling apart here. Yeah, it's not in good shape after all of our combat. It's not in good shape. We may want to whip together... Oof, they're back. Okay. Back again, messing with me. I'm going to try and gather up everything that I can while I'm out and about, like seaweed. Because we've got a bunch of monster meat, and I need things to combine it with in the crock pot so we can make a big stack of meatballs for the off-season when things start falling from the sky and trying to murder us. Haven't had a lot of practice at this, though. Like, seriously, the off-season, the volcano season is not something that I've gotten to practice a ton with. I tend to get there, then die instantaneously and not be able to finish. So we needed to go to this island up here. Alright. Let's try and make some tracks. My name is Splattercat. I'm going to travel off camera for right now. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Don't Starve Shipwrecked. I hope you're still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. I love that this game can still manage to produce like a challenge for the player, even after you have like hundreds of hours played and things like that. Like, no matter what, the game still stays... It stays challenging. It stays challenging. So anyways, I'll see y'all in future episodes. Bye, everybody.